All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another quick video. All right, y'all, just back with this real quick video. I just wanted to do this real quick one here from Maycee Barber. I just wanted to, give her a shout out, show her some respect, because, I'm finding a newfound respect for Maycee Barber after looking at this interview because, she talked about a topic that I didn't know about, that she had gone through growing up in her life, on the MMA Hour with Ariel Wani. And, I just wanted to say, I give her a lot of respect, for what she's dealt with, which I'll talk about here in a minute, what she's dealt with and what she's really made of it out of her career. Now, Ariel Wani, sometimes he doesn't really beat around when he asks some questions. Like, he doesn't really segue into certain things. Like, 1 minute they're talking about John Jones as far as her trying to break the record, her career path. And then, boom, he asked this question about her being, sexually assaulted and abused, I guess, when she was younger, right? I think it's happened a couple of times in her life, right? So, she answers the question, of course, she doesn't really like get triggered or anything. She just says, she can bring it up. She doesn't mind talking about it because, it's a part of her life. It's something that she has to live through. But like she says, it's not something that she's really trying to make her career off of. Like, she doesn't try to bring this up to make people think of her as a sad case, which I understand. Some people bring it up more, which I don't mind either, because I think that's something that we all have to be aware of, when it comes down to it. Sexual abuse, whether, it's a boy or girl, grown up, or, teenagers, whatever, I think that's something that has to be addressed, and I think fighters that have gone through it, if they feel comfortable addressing it, I think that can help a lot of abuse victims out there, so I have to give Maycee Barber a shout out. I got a newfound respect for her, definitely. Now I know she's been through that. I can kind of give her a pass for some of the other things that she said in the past, because sometimes dealing with something like that, you want to constantly strive for something. You want to keep your mind busy and you want to move on to something bigger and bigger, and you want to challenge yourself and you want to overcome that darkness by trying to get better and better in life, whether it is trying to break somebody's record or if it is trying to go for the toughest in the division, right? So I can really understand where her mind is coming from now. Like, she's not afraid. Like, when she sees things like, when she hears about, the challenges in her division, like when she hears people talk about Valentina Shevchenko, maybe, yes, she does really feel that confidence in her mind, because like I said, she's already dealt with some dark times and some really serious issues like that. So I can understand where her mind is coming from. Of course, technically, she does have to get better as a fighter, but maybe she does feel that confidence. Like, maybe she is feeling like, I'm not scared of this woman because I've already dealt with, the lowest of the lows, right? So getting into the octagon with a world champion like Valentina Shevchenko, that can't compare to the dark that she's been through. So, I got to give her respect for that, when a fighter like her thinks like that. That's why I said, like, a lot of these fighters, we don't understand them. We don't know them. We don't know their lives. We don't know what they've been through, so I have to give a person like that a pass sometimes, because these people, they all come from different lives, they fight for different reasons, like Clarissa Shields, she's a fighter that's been through abuse. Rose Namajunas, she's been through abuse. Paige Van Zant, they've all been through abuse. And there's been some other fighters I know, I think, there's been some other male fighters that, they have addressed it. Like I said, who did I name? Paige is, gone through abuse before. Rose Namajunas, Clarissa Shields is something she's dealt with. You hear from Maycee Barber now. I think Kayla Harrison. And, men too. A lot of men aren't really open about it, but it happens to men too at a young age. Boys. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people try to overlook that. What's his name just brought it up. Jared Gordon. Jared Gordon. He revealed that he was sexually abused by a man at the age of 9. You know what I mean? So yeah, you just never know out there. But for y'all WMMA fans, like, these are some of the women that have been through it, and they don't mind bringing it up. They don't mind mentioning, but at the same time, they want to let people know that you can make it through if you do something positive with your life, right? So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because, she did go into it a little bit. Like she said, it happened to her a couple of times. She was assaulted before, and now, like she said, she's trying to work through behind the scenes, through the background, and she works with that underground railroad organization, that tries to stop child trafficking. And, that's something strongly I feel about, and not only did she address, she addressed both. She said for boys and girls, it just wasn't like she was just advocating for women in this situation, and that's something I always look at with people. I try to read people with those in those certain situations, because sometimes people just say, "Oh, women are the only one getting abused." No, boys are too. You know, young boys are too, and she's advocating for both of them. So I think that's good. You know, but it's like I said, when you kind of put it together with certain things fighters go through in their life, it is going to translate over to the octagon. It's going to translate over to the boxing ring, or however, you know. But it's all in how they present themselves with it. And I think, you know, like I said, she doesn't really do it in a negative way. I know she just says some things that has people thinking like, oh, okay, get real. Like, you ain't ready for this. You know what I mean? But if her mind state feels that way and she can eventually get there, you know, I have to respect that. But yeah, like I said, shout out to Maycee Barber for, you know, addressing that. Like I said, she works with that Underground Railroad organization. If y'all haven't heard about that, you know, it's supposed to be an organization that's trying to stop child trafficking, because, you know, that is something serious, you know, and it is some high numbers now. A lot of, you know, young women are disappearing from around the way. Like, even a few years back, a lot of young black girls were disappearing around, like, I think the DMV area, you know. So people were not really putting that out there in the news, you know. We're just kind of you know, kind of sweeping that under the rug, but that was something that was out there. So, you know, yeah, as long as these fighters, to me, they're trying to do something positive with their careers, and trying to do something, like I said, to make better for, you know, especially kids, you know, I got to give them respect. So definitely got a newfound respect for Maycee Barber. But if you haven't seen the interview, guys, I'll post the link here in the description. I just wanted to kind of do a quick video and give my thoughts on that, because like I said, I know we always talk about the fights and the breakdowns, but sometimes I just like to talk about the fighters, because, like I said, everybody comes from a different background. They've all gone through something different in life, and you do have to kind of put that together on why this fighter says what they say, why they fight the way they fight, you know, why they move the way they move, you know, in and out the cage. So yeah, y'all give y'all thoughts in the comment sections. I gave y'all mine, but I'll probably talk about this a little bit more in my next podcast episode, guys. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.